One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pop, raising the sun. Oh, hill and dale, telling the tale, giving the ring.
Hi, my name is Denise Chyla, and welcome to the Mansion House. So last night, Scrooge was visited by the second spirit of the night, the ghost of Christmas Present. He transported him to the streets of London, and we're going to read on and find out what happens next. The good spirit led him straight to Scrooge's clerks, holding to his robes, and on the threshold of the door, the spirit smiled and stopped to bless Bob Cratchit's dwelling. Think of that. Bob had but 15 shillings a week himself, and yet the ghost of Christmas Present blessed his 4-roomed house. Then up rose Mrs. Cratchit, dressed poorly in a worn dress. And now 2 smaller Cratchits danced around the table. "What has ever got your precious father, then?" said Mrs. Cratchit. "And your brother, Tiny Tim?" In came Bob, the father, with his threadbare clothes, darned up and brushed to look seasonable, and Tiny Tim upon his shoulder. Alas for Tiny Tim, he bore a little crutch. "And how did little Tim behave?" asked Mrs. Cratchit. "As good as gold," said Bob. "He told me that he hoped the people saw him in the church because he was a cripple, and it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see." His active little crutch was heard upon the floor, and back came Tiny Tim. At last, the dishes were set on, and grace was said. Bob said he didn't believe there was ever such a goose cooked. Eked out by applesauce and mashed potatoes, it was a sufficient family dinner for the whole family. Mrs. Cratchit left the room to bring back the pudding, like a speckled cannonball, blazing in ignited brandy and with Christmas holly stuck onto the top. A wonderful pudding. At last, the dinner was all done. All the Cratchit family drew around the hearth, and Bob proposed a toast. "A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us. God bless us, everyone," said Tiny Tim, the last of all. He sat very close to his father's side upon his little stool. Bob held his withered little hand in his as if he loved the child and wished to keep him by his side and dreaded that he might be taken from him. "Spirit," said Scrooge, with an interest he had never felt before, "tell me if Tiny Tim will live." "I see a vacant seat," replied the ghost, "in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die." "No, no," said Scrooge. "Oh, no, kind spirit. Say he will be spared." "If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, he will die this year," repeated the ghost. "What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population." Scrooge hung his head to hear his own words quoted by the spirit. "Man," said the ghost, "will you decide what men shall live, what men shall die? It may be that in the sight of heaven you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child. Scrooge bent his head before the ghost's rebuke and, trembling, cast his eyes upon the ground. But he raised them speedily upon hearing his own name. "Mr. Scrooge," toasted Bob. "I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast." "The founder of the feast, indeed," cried Mrs. Cratchit, reddening. "My dear," said Bob, "the children. Christmas Day." "It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure," said she, "on which one drinks the health of such a stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do." "My dear," was Bob's mild answer, "Christmas Day. I'll drink his health for your sake and the day," said Mrs. Cratchit, "not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." The children drank the toast after her, but they didn't care for it. Scrooge was the ogre of the family. The mention of his name cast a dark shadow on the party. So you can come back tomorrow at the same time and find out what happens next. Good night, everyone.
Years from now, perhaps we'll see the day.